I have an exciting one for you today. I'm here with Michael and Lee of Treadwear, and they invited us to kind of check out their shop and what they do. So thank you guys for letting us crash your guys' shop for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
So how do you explain what you guys do in a nutshell? I know you guys do a lot.
Primarily, we're a graphics company.
Yeah, Treadwear's about graphics.
Yeah.
And we kind of centered on graphics on tires because it's not something that many people do. So we created that segment.
Yeah. We do all sorts of stuff to accomplish that. We do the permanent rubber graphic. That's what we started out with. And now we do a reusable tire stencil. So
super stencil.
Yeah, super stencil. You do it one, you've got it there. You can spray it on one tire, take it to the next one, and just keep using it over and over again.
Oh, that's really awesome.
Like, so it's especially good for if you have a race team or if you're doing dirt track or something like that, where you do lots of tires. There's just nothing that's better for that. In the past, it'd be like a vinyl stencil. You'd stick it on, spray paint it, and throw it away.
Yeah.
And that's not all that economical.
No.
You have to have 8 of them or 4 of them every time you use them. And so anyway, we tried to come up with a solution for that. We also have a peel and stick product, which we're really proud to say that Monster Jam uses.
Yeah.
That is amazing. That's gotta be something you guys are proud of.
Yeah,
we're
so
really proud
all
of
of the BKTs that you see on like Gravedigger, Megalodon, all that stuff, we do that for them.
Oh my gosh,
So,
that's incredible.
Yeah.
So those are the 3 sort of levels of our tire lettering product, and then amongst with that, we'll mix in with that. We do red lines and white walls and things like that. But then on the other flip side of that, we're car guys, and really when you're talking about graphics, there's just almost nothing more delicious than a car and a well executed build when it comes to graphics.
Absolutely.
And the richness that it can provide. So we spend part of our day in this shop, in this wonderful blessing of the shop that we have that we love. And we start building cars, and that helps cross promote to our and of course the YouTube channel now as well.
Yeah.
So now not only can you see our car, but you can watch how we build it.
Right. All right, and one of the builds that we've got, or I guess we've talked about today, is Ruckus Truck. That's
this truck is amazing.
Thanks.
I love what you guys have done with this.
Thank you.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun building this one.
So a lot of this has to do with what do you find, and then what can you do with it, right?
Yeah.
So we didn't go out looking for this, but we found some guy had taken this literally a Super Speedway Craftsman Series truck, and he had put an LS in it, and he was going to build it into like a autocross or whatever track truck, right?
Yeah.
But it was unfinished. The body was a complete disaster, but it had the LS in it and already had a T56. And we're like, oh yeah, we know what to do with this.
That's the golden package right there.
So you find something that's a great opportunity. You're like, what can we do with it? And so then we're like, okay, this started out as an OBS. Let's put, because we looked at different things.
Yes.
But then we're like, you know what? Let's just put an OBS body and complete the thing as a real,
Yeah.
And so the idea with it's called the Ruckus truck is that it was a stunt truck, and so this truck was built to run the Endurance Speed Challenge. Which, if you know the history of the Endurance Speed Challenge, you know that the ZR1 did it in '89.
Yeah.
The red, I can't remember the name, EDS. The EDS.
Yes.
Yes.
And so our story is that before they did that in '89, this truck did it in '88.
Yeah.
And it set the world record, but then shortly thereafter, the ZR1 beat it, because of course the ZR1 is going to beat the truck.
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
But this is the world's fastest truck.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's not a real story. It's just another thing that we have fun with. We try to have a backstory with all of our builds. Yeah. The other thing about our builds, though, as you can see, this thing is not so shiny and pretty. We want something we can sort of bang around and have fun with.
Cats
And
can get on and
the
walk.
shop cat can
No
hang
big
out
deal.
on it.
Let kids crawl on it, and so that's one of the threads throughout our builds. Backstories, a car that we can just sort of scrape around, and then also motorsports is kind of a thread.
Yeah, we love motorsports. Absolutely.
I love the fact that people don't know this, that this is part NASCAR body, but part actual OBS body.
Yeah.
And it throws your mind off a little bit. It's like, wait a minute, that's a grill, and you guys put a real bumper on a NASCAR truck.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, we sure did, man.
Yeah, so that was the idea of this just juxtaposition of the real stock pieces with these wild flares and this wild, aero extractors on the fenders and on the hood and this, air dam and the slam stance and so you put these elements together that really were never intended to go together, but it makes it kind
works
of fun,
really well.
a fun mind cramp kind of thing.
And it's got you guys bulge out the bed sides. Those are actual factory bed sides.
Yeah.
And a working tailgate.
Working tailgate.
Yep.
So I've followed you guys for a long time, so I love the details you put in every build, especially this one, and obviously the Trans Slam, because that's just that car's
This build actually leapfrog the Trans Slam.
Yeah, so we were like 2/3 done with the Trans Slam, and we were like, we're hitting some snags. let's build a different one.
Yeah.
Well, and it's also because we found this.
I don't know.
this
You know,
truck.
things just happen.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
It's car guy problems. Like,
It's
I
organic.
know I'm in the middle of this, but this came up, and this is more fun right
And
now.
this is already exactly that's what happened. It's a very organic process.
So we went and got the truck, and we get it back here. And I'm like, okay, we're going to just kind of set this off somewhere. And then I come back the next day, and Mike's like, hey, look what I did. I cut this off and cut this off. And
This fell
and then we
off.
got
I don't know what
and he's
happened.
Like, what do you think? Should we go ahead? Let's grab this OBS front and put it on there. And then next thing you know,
Next thing
boom, Ruckus truck's there.
Yeah,
So
right.
it just happened. Man.
Right.
I don't know.
So, anyway, but yeah, so we just let the vehicular embodiment tell us what it wants to be.
Speak to you.
Yeah, right.
So what are you guys working on now? You guys always have something up your sleeve. You're always coming up with something new and amazing.
Yeah.
What is this that we have here?
This is
Generalissimo.
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 Yeah.
I love
So you might remember Raptona,
that car.
and we loved it too, but it was a total PI to drive because we put a NASCAR.
We
engine
went
in
full
it.
race.
You
We never go full race.
So
didn't
you
realize-
found that line. Thought, oh, that's too far. We got to bring it back a little bit on
Yeah,
this one.
Yeah,
so-
dial it back quite a bit.
So it was literally terrifying to drive, not because we were afraid it was going to jump out from under us, because it was going to just self-destruct. I mean, it was
Oh
just,
man.
it had a racing clutch, and if you've
Oh,
never
I've heard.
had about a 5-pound flywheel.
Yeah, so anytime you want to go somewhere, you had to rev it up to $3,000, drop the clutch. I mean, it looked like you wanted to do a burnout
Everywhere you go,
went.
just-
Everywhere
And
you
that's not what we
Or
were trying
just
to do.
fall
We're
on
just
its
trying
face.
to go.
Yeah, just trying to have some fun and
So
enjoy the car.
parades, doing.
Oh,
anything.
gosh.
It was not happy unless it was on the track or in a wide open parking lot where you could just cut loose.
Yeah, if you weren't at 3,000 RPM, it was. Okay, so, but we loved that car, and we learned a lot with that car, building that car. So we were like, let's do another one to make it a driver. So Generalissimo is going to be a driver. We took the basis of this is an LC chassis,
Nice.
which is like a variation on the LX.
Yeah.
But we're going to go. It's an automatic. Which, hey, look, all right.
Everything can't be stick shift.
Everything can't be a stick shift. And
You
we have a
want
bunch
some-
of stick shifts. We love stick
You guys do. You guys have more than most people. But every now and then you want something you can just hop in and drive and just go somewhere.
Right. So this is it started out as an RT. The engine was jacked.
Oh,
The
so
whole
bad.
body was beat up. There was not a straight panel on it. So we found another Eagle to put in it. We're going to do a single turbo on it. That's the plan.
Oh,
Yeah, so it'll be some fun, right?
make it a little spicy.
Yeah, so the idea is that this is a car that maybe some good old boys decided to run Cannonball Run in
Nice.
1979, the last year for Cannonball Run. So that's going to be the kind of the idea. We're talking a high-speed Grand Tour. And honestly, this thing's a 200-mile-an-hour car back in the day.
Yes,
Yeah.
How many cars could
absolutely.
claim that? So what a great Cannonball car. right?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so as you can see here, though, this is a really bad example of a Charger. And the reason it's so bad is because that's about the best one we could afford.
Yeah, because like we were talking about earlier off camera, they are just insane what people
They
want
are.
for
They're
them.
stupid.
Anything Mopar is
Yeah.
cubic dollars. And then another thing, what we're doing with it, you don't want to do this with a nice one.
Because then the Mopar guys are going to come after you. with
Oh,
pitchforks.
my goodness.
And it's just strictly a numbers game. It's too expensive, right?
Right.
To do
yeah.
that to it. But because this one was so cheap, so our ethos when it comes to a lot of these builds is take something that was basically unusable otherwise, just parts.
Yeah.
So it's like take some cool parts and make something cooler out of those
Yes.
cool parts.
Like you guys did with the Horse Force. That was an
There you go.
incredible build.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Thank
so
you very
really,
much.
Love
thank
that
you.
car.
Yeah. So low dollar, and a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
Low
fun.
expense, big fun kind
Yeah.
of thing. So, and so we're going to wide body it. The wheels that you see here, these are
Oh, wow. You already want to show the wheels real quick?
yeah, these are Detroit steel. We're going to do 20 by 11s or giant steamrollers. So this thing's going to be just as wide as can be. It's going to be even wider than Stratona was.
Oh, wow.
So yeah. So that's the next step. Actually, we're going to put tires in this
Yeah,
thing.
that's what we're gonna finish our video out with.
Oh,
this
nice.
week
Yeah.
is
So
mounting the tires.
We build the wheels and the chassis, set the stance, and we build the body to cover
to
that.
fit that.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But anyway, just trying to use our imagination to do some interesting things here.
Yeah, you guys have built some of my favorite cars over the last several years on Instagram that
Thank
I've
you.
followed you guys.
Thank you.
So they're really inspiring because you guys are showing people, like I said, you're getting stuff that's like people are like, send it to the scrapyard, and you're even pulling stuff out of the scrapyard like you
Literally,
did
yeah,
the
we've
mock,
done that.
like
yeah.
you did with Horse Force. Like, you
Yeah.
know what? We're gonna make something cool and make it usable again, which is just awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you very much.
So how can people find you guys?
On
On social media?
yeah, we
Yeah,
have
And
a
you guys have a
First of
website?
all, our website,
Yeah,
Treadwear,
treadwear.com.
Treadwear,
Yeah, treadwear.com.
and then
of
also our
course,
YouTube channel is also
Yeah.
Treadwear, and then on Instagram we're Treadwear USA.
and Facebook, treadwear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just Treadwear.
Treadwear.
that's easy.
Unique spelling, TREDWEAR.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, easy to find us.
So people can find you guys, and you guys are uploading videos about your past builds too right now.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're trying to keep
That's right.
up with
Trying to
that.
get back to, because there's some things that we hadn't cataloged, but we had a lot of info, so we're trying to sweep those corners and get all that.
So if people want to see some of your past builds, and right now this current build, which has been a fun series of watching, just I really appreciate you guys letting us come down, the whole family, and just
it was a
crash you
pleasure.
guys' day.
Absolutely. It's
We love
been
it.
great.
To see this in person is just amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you guys for watching this, and thank you to Michael and Lee from Treadwear for letting my entire family, all 5 of us, crash their afternoon on our way to Florida just to hang out, show us what they do. We got to see their shop and see how they make these amazing graphics for your tires, which is awesome. And if you guys are looking a way to really set off your build, you guys need to contact them, because it's going to set off. They can do pretty much anything you want to the side of a tire and make it like, that's my build, just to really set it off. Make sure you guys are following them on the socials, because this car is awesome. And all their past builds, like I said, if you're looking for something to watch, because I know if you guys are like me, you go through YouTube and you're like, man, I need something quick to watch. The cool part about their past build series is they're like 15 to 20 minute videos. Some of them are longer on their newer ones, but if you're just looking for something, man, on my lunch break, I need something to watch, check these things out. As always, guys, happy hunting. I'll catch you next time.